Hey, we all have a thing, right? Everybody has something that has happened in their life. It could even be an emotion, it could be an illness, it could be anything that impacts our life in a negative way or in an unhealthy way. Something that just really is a heavy thing to carry. That we feel like we need to be strong to fight. So let's talk about that. When I first started having my symptoms of my autoimmune, I didn't know what it was. My thumb went completely numb. My calf then went completely numb. When I say completely numb, I mean like you could take a knife and cut it in my sleep and I wouldn't know it was missing until I woke up the next morning and was like, whoa, there's what happened to my thumb? Um, and then it was like I stopped being able to run. And, from there, it just got progressively worse and I got weaker, weaker, and weaker until I was paralyzed from the neck down, having difficulty breathing, having a lot of difficulty speaking, and even swallowing. And then, even right here to here on my face, I lost total feeling. That didn't last longer than like a month. But, I was always biting my lip and my tongue because I couldn't feel anything here. I couldn't feel anything from my elbows down, my knees down. On top of not being able to move anything, sit up, roll over, itch myself, all of these things. So, yeah, I remember people would walk in the hospital room and I'd be like, who's there? Like, I couldn't even just look to see who was there. And when all of this started to happen, I thought, this will not win. This will not win, whatever this is. And then after I was diagnosed, I was like, I will heal this. And at the time, and I still am this way, but I was all about doing things naturally and, quote unquote, alternative medicine and stuff like that. So I was just like, I'm going to be that story. I'm going to be that story that everyone said it wouldn't happen. And I did it. Like, I will make a full recovery. I will be greater than before. I will be better than before. I'm going to run a marathon. I'm going to look better. I'm going to have the perfect life. And it's going to be amazing. And this is going to change me for the better. It's going to be awesome. And I'm going to be strong and I got this. This will not win. I will not let my life change unless it's for the better because of this thing. So I fought really, really hard. And I wanted to do everything myself. When people asked me if I needed help, I would say no, I'm fine. Or, I just didn't want to accept any kind of weakness or show weakness or need anyone's help or be a burden on anybody. And I think a lot of people get that way when something happens, when they get divorced or get a diagnosis or or they go to prison or whatever. They're just on the other side of this, I will not let this win. I got this and I'm strong enough to do this. And I'm going to go into battle. And I think a lot of people feel that way. I had a conversation yesterday. I met up with an old friend from Vegas. And we had a conversation. And this person, their thing is being addicted to something. And I'm not really talking about drugs. But it is an addiction. And there's all kinds of addictions that we have. I certainly was addicted to feeling angry and resentful towards my past relationship when I was really going through everything. Looking back, I was addicted to that emotion because I needed it to cope. I certainly had a lot of reasons to be upset, but nothing's one-sided or whatever. But it's just I think that I needed to funnel all of my negative emotions because there's a bunch of different negative emotions. There's guilt, there's blame, there's shame, there's all these different ones. But anytime I felt any kind of negative feeling and I couldn't pinpoint what it was with all the changes going on in my life, I funneled it into anger and resentment towards my ex. So I was addicted to that emotion because we can be addicted to emotions. So when we were speaking, I asked the question and I said, what if you got some kind of mentor or sponsor or someone who's been through what you've been through, that when you feel yourself relapsing, and there's all kinds of relapsing. There's relapsing from your autoimmune, actual physical symptoms. There's relapsing from, you thought you had forgiven someone and then you relapse and you feel all those emotions all over again. There's relapsing from addiction. That's the one we think of when we think of, I don't know, I guess people with autoimmune think of relapsing with their health, but I think in society we hear the word relapse and we think addiction, but there's all kinds of things to be relapsing from. And I think when people start to relapse, they think like, oh, I've got this and I can handle this. And they think that that's being strong. And it is to a certain degree. But I'm sitting here telling you from experience, and I told this to my friend yesterday, and from speaking to people, the people I see who get better are the ones that are even stronger than being strong. And what I mean by that is they're the ones that admit they need help. And that is the secret weapon. And the misconception that I kind of figured this out yesterday in talking to my friend, he said, I just don't want to get any kind of sponsor and I don't want to ask for help. He's like, because I feel like that's like he didn't say it like this, but he said like, basically I feel like that I'm losing the war against my addiction. It's like admitting that I can't handle it myself. If I get, sorry for that lawnmower, that's annoying. He's like, if I accept help or have some kind of mentor or sponsor or support group or, wow, that's really annoying, or counselor or psychologist or any of that stuff. And in what he doesn't understand and what a lot of people don't understand is, okay, there's my mom, is that the actual secret weapon, I'll go back outside. I was talking. That the actual secret weapon to fight that stuff is asking for help. That's like, if asking for help or getting some kind of counselor or life coach or therapist or sponsor or whatever, like they're not on the side of your thing. They're not on the side of the addiction or the illness. Like they're not there to help that side win. They're there to be on your side to help you win. They're on your team. It's like when you're battling the illness or the relapses or the addiction or the whatever, the pain, when you're battling the pain, when you ask for help and you have somebody on your side that's been through it before to be there, you have an army. Like you've grown your fight against your thing. Not admitted defeat. It is not defeat. It is another secret weapon. It is another thing in your arsenal to go in and win against whatever is ripping you to shreds. Whatever is like you're battling against, whatever is like destroying or, you have some kind of destruction in your life, whatever is wearing you down, tearing you down. Like having someone's support and help and saying, look, I'm admitting I'm not fine. It's okay to not be okay. Fighting is hard. Being in war is hard. You get hurt. You get exhausted. You get worn down. And sometimes you need to call for backup. Sometimes you need somebody to step in and say, you're weak right now. I get it. So I'll be your strength. I got you. Like that's okay. It's okay to not be okay sometimes. And when you reach out for help and you let someone help you, it is not defeat. It is the opposite. They're on your side to make your battle easier and stronger and to help you succeed quicker, to have more success, like all of these things. They're on your side, not defeat, not defeat. Like do you watch Game of Thrones or Last Kingdom or in these war shows? The bigger your army, the more chance you have at winning. It is not defeat. And that is a secret weapon against whatever you're battling against, is allowing help from other people, admitting you need help and you can't win the war by yourself. They're on your side. They're not against your side. They're on your side. So anyways, I think that's really an important thing. Don't be afraid to ask for help. Don't be afraid to reach out. It is not weak. It does not make you weak. And it doesn't mean you lost anything. It means you're having a better chance of winning what you're trying to win. Okay.